contention 1, contention 2, plan, contention 3, and observation, contention 1, 2, plan, contention 3, and then before starting my speech, firstly, thanks for SRTI committee's grateful management. Secondly, thanks for judges. Thanks to your kind reflection and voting as we can stand here. Thirdly, dear Dosha members, Senior, Sean-san, Chika-san, Junior, Kanye-san, Negi-san, Espa-san, Seiko-san, especially my partner Yuki-san, sophomore, Uchio Aiko Denim Dora, and freshman, Keiko Moko Paku Tamago Tongen Dora, Funaki Yoshio-san, Mire. And last, initially, I am a better debater. Initially, I am better debater than Kaine-san, Yuki-san, because I'm the best debater in Hapkido. I took Negi-san to semi-final round in the Hapkido. But we were lost by Mr. Ishimoto because Negi-san didn't do well.
誰が書いた
The reason why we would go to semi-final is I'm the best speaker of Hapkido. Lastly, I will win this round definitively because I'm the best speaker of Hapkido.
何回言うの
I will start with. May I start? Observation 1. Consumption tax is suitable to aging society and less affected by economy, so it should be a main tax resource. 税務署12. Good. The regime supported the listed tax room with raising consumption tax in order to secure social security fund. Consumption tax is calculated that being stable and less influenced by economy and competition of population given less distortion to economic activity, not concerning burdens specific people, such as working generation. Working generation burdens such as social security cost has already been increased each year. Consumption tax, which wide range of people bear, is suitable to stable revenue of social security in aging society. Unquote. Contention 1. That's the point. Therefore, 1. Uniquely, Japan is the debt country. Good. International comparison outstanding relation to GDP in 2011, Japan is 212%, US 100%, England 88%, Germany 87%. Unquote. 2. Value in the market. Japanese interest rates are stable. First reason is 95% of national bonds are saved in domestic. Quote. Why is it an extremely stable situation that at present Japanese government bonds are bought and 10 years either government bond fall to 1% level? The reason that in the background of abundant household financial assets through the management of financial institutions, Japanese bonds are almost safe in domestic 95%. Unquote. However, 3. The stability must continue. That because in 2015, by baby boomers' retirement, domestic savings will be minus. So Japan will become the target in the market. Good. It's almost started prediction from 2016. The saving will be minus. The reason is aging. In 2015, baby boomer generation will rush into pension life. Then this saving will probably become rapidly. The world will notice about 2015. So what will occur in degradation? Japanese government bond. The situation like occurring in present Europe will occur in Japan. Then Japan is certainly made a target of the market. Unquote. 4. If Japan becomes the target in the market, the interest rate will increase, and it will do therefore. Go. If Japanese government bond are regarded as repayment is impossible and made a target for the market, interest rate will jump, and by rapid increase of national bond interest payment, financial reconstruction becomes difficult and be treated as fiscal collapse country. Unquote. 5. Second inherency. Rating company expect Japan to increase consumption tax. If increased consumption tax law is not passed, Japan will be downgraded. Reuters 12. Good. Moody's suggests the possibility that if the consumption tax increase will become difficult to be passed, they will change Japanese government bond outlook outlook, which is stable now, to the negative one. The same company downgraded Japanese government bond rating and made outlook stable. It is pointed that in the outlook that was made stable, increased consumption tax becomes a precondition. If the precondition is correct, the stability of long-term financial may be affected. They examine the possibility of outlook change. Unquote. 6. Actually, such downgraded has started since a few days before. Yomiuri Shimbun 12. Quote, rating company which downgraded Japanese government bond by one step, outlook is negative, and they say there is a possibility to downgrade more. This means the law of consumption tax rate is stagnant in dire discussion. The market emit warning. Unquote. 7. Actually, also investors have motivation to sell Japanese government bond in the near future. Moreover, even small interest rate rise will lead to default. 日本経済新聞12 Good. Nikkei Veritas asked Mr. Kiribati, the US leading hedge fund, who declared selling Japan. I think the collapse of the national debt bubble will occur within these 18 months. When the interest rate only go up by 1%, when this becomes 2% in calculation, Japanese finance can be continued and actually default. Unquote. Visa point 1. Under status quo, because of highest corporation tax for big company, foreign safe haven. 日本経済団体連合会で Good. The effective corporation tax rate of Japan is still about 40% and world highest standard. As a result, Japanese corporate companies, even headquarter operation must be moved to overseas. If the present condition is neglected, it is impossible to maintain a sufficient level of investment or employment in domestic, and the economic power behind it is global competitiveness and go to decline. Unquote. Number 2. In order to decrease corporation tax, we must increase consumption tax because tax revenue decrease. I explain contention 3 answer point first. Contention 2 answer point 1. Once default occurs, administration stop and social security collapse. Therefore, we can't take any countermeasure to any impact. Moreover, hyperinflation happens by far of bond price. There is high possibility that issuing a new government bond becomes impossible. When the government bond reaches to a limit, it is expected that by sharp fall of bond price and fiscal institution go bankrupt and fiscal crisis at the time. Hyperinflation can be considered and Japanese financial collapse, social security system such as pension, medical, and care collapse, administrative services stop. Unquote. 2. After default, economy gets terrible damage. Moreover, for fiscal reconstruction, drastic tax increase is inevitable. Page 10. Good. Mr. Nakajima, who is chief economist of Mizuho Research Institution, said, if fiscal collapse occurs, a lot of national debt will become unable to repay. A fiscal institution which holds many national bonds will be deadlocked, and a lot of national financial assets disappear. The value of money will be reduced by excess bond insurance, and because of inflation or rate of interest rate, many companies will go bankrupt and a lot of jobs will occur. In spite of a severe economic condition for fiscal reconstruction, drastic tax increase and reduce of the fiscal expenditure, including social security, will be performed at the same time. Unquote. Visa point 1. Cross-supply inherency by high corporation tax. Japanese economy stagnant. Plan. The Japanese government shall raise the consumption tax. Answer point. Shall raise the consumption tax to 10% at 2013 and raise 1% every year till 20%. Visa point. Shall reduce corporation tax 1% every year till 26%. Quotation 3, answer point 1. After plan, on balance, tax revenue increased by 36 trillion yen. Moreover, after plan, the accumulation of national debt is solved. 日本経済研究センター本部いる should speed up the reform of tax and social security in conjunction with the reconstruction from the earthquake and ensure the future of Japanese economy over the long term. Reduce the rate of corporation tax by 1% every year from 2030 to 21. As a result, the rate of effective corporation tax becomes 26%. Thanks to this reform, Japanese corporation tax will become almost same level as Asia countries. Or about the net increase revenue, thanks to raising consumption tax revenue increased 40.2 trillion yen. On the other hand, thanks to decreasing corporation tax revenue decreased 4.1 trillion yen. However, what should we do to improve public finance? It is possible that by raising consumption tax by 5% at 2030, and after that, raising it by 1% every year, gradually, fundamental balance, governmental debt will be improved. Unquote. Visa point 1. Thanks to reduced corporation tax, companies come back to Japan and GDP will increase and deflation will be solved. Moreover, wage and employment increase, so people can go to consumption. Quote. Thanks to this role, private sector is called into economy. By corporation tax, number of private equipment investment, private consumption increase, and GDP also increased by 6%. The rate of job release will come under 3% at the rate of 10. As the rate of wage of each person increased by 3% stably. At the same time, Japan will be free from deflation. Japan will be free from deflation, unquote. And view. One. And this is, that's all.